أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والعاقبة للمتقين والصلاة والسلام على رسوله الكريم سيدنا محمد وآله وأصحابه أجمعين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. All praise due to Allah, the Lord, cherisher, nourisher, sustainer, and master of the universe, the most gracious, the most beneficent, the most merciful. Ya Allah, it is only you that we worship and it is your guidance that we seek. Ya Allah, keep us on the straight path. Ya Allah, shower us with your choice of blessings. Ya Allah, shower us with your mercy. Ya Allah, guide us. Greetings, salam, salutations, and our beloved Nabi Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Yes, it is a Tuesday evening. It is 27 minutes past 8. And we welcome you to Medical Files brought to you by the Islamic Medical Association of South Africa and hosted by myself, Faisal MJ Sulaiman. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And we welcome our listeners on Radio Al Ansar, CII Radio, Voice of the Cape, Radio 786 Sirius FM, Radio Islam, and IFM Port Elizabeth, and all listening to us on audio streaming and other platforms. Yes, we are live on Facebook as well. And this is a live broadcast from the Durban Exhibition Center, where we are hosting the Durban Summer Souk 2026. Yes, it is an unbelievable and fantastic atmosphere here at the Durban Summer Souk. Our topic for discussion this evening is how to bring in the new year with sound mental and emotional health and wellness, and how to develop solid and healthy boundaries. Also, we want to let this new year be a year of realization as opposed to a year of resolutions. And also we welcome our special guest is Sister Razia Muhammad, a life coach practicing in Johannesburg. Sister Razia Muhammad, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and Jazakallah khair for joining me on the program this evening.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakallah so much for having me on, Brother Faisal.
Absolute pleasure. Just to introduce our guest, Razia is a transformational life coach. She's a negative emotional therapy consultant, an NLP practitioner, a motivational speaker, a certified substance abuse counselor, and a CETA accredited trainer. Now, Razia, I introduced our topic for discussion is how to bring in the new year with sound mental and emotional health and wellness. Why did you choose this particular topic?
Well, I think because it's almost year end, almost 2026. For me, 2025 has been a year, if I had to sum it up into one word, I would say it's a year of shedding. So,
Shedding.
yes.
Okay.
So much like how, if we have to use the analogy of the way a snake sheds, right? So it's very much about shedding all that does not serve you. So when we have to think of medical, mental, physical, emotional health and well-being, I would say that happiness is not what you acquire. It's basically what you let go of. And when you shed all that does not serve you, be it toxic people, be it toxic situations, toxic environments, all of the situations that we kind of recur. You know, we let it recur, and it's based in toxicity, but we don't know how to do it any other way. So when you're shedding, then it's very much about learning new things. And I always like to say it's about unlearning and then relearning whatever it is that we are supposed to be doing, as opposed to what our subconscious minds continuously tell us to do, which is not very positive and progressive for us.
So, in order for us to shed, we need to realize, we need to introspect, we need to know this is not good for us. We're going to get rid of it. We're going to shed it off. Am I correct?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And how can one introspect, or what would lead to this realization or introspection as such?
So it's very much about ascertaining. I always say get an accredited health and wellness professional to help you and show you what it is that you need to be changing, right? So when you are shown what it is that you're supposed to be changing, then automatically you then focusing on what can you do to basically change your circumstances, change the way that your thought processes go, change very much the people in your lives, right? There's a lot of people that you can't change. Maybe family members, maybe spouses, maybe whatever it may be, children, parents, all of that. So I always like to use the 80-20 rule, right? 20% of life is fate, taqdeer, what Allah ordains, what we cannot change. But 80% of that 20% is your reaction. So your reaction can come from your subconscious mind, which is automatic and toxic, or it can come from unlearning and relearning your behavior so that it very much spontaneous reaction as opposed to just spewing out whatever toxicity that you have been taught all your life.
Now, whenever you speak to anybody about New Year, they speak about resolutions.
Yeah.
Nobody speaks of realization. Everybody, this is my New Year's resolution. Of course, by the 2nd or 3rd of January, that's forgotten.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll be going about it on the 31st of December, and then by 2nd, it's forgotten. But let's discuss realization versus resolution. What are the salient differences?
So I saw a lovely, you get those memes on social media.
Yes.
And it says, why don't we rather look at realizations as opposed to resolutions? Okay, as you so rightfully said, by the 3rd of January, the resolutions are gone, right? So it's about realizations of what is not working for me and then changing those as opposed to pie in the sky resolutions. So I'm going to look perfect. I'm going to act perfect. I'm going to do this and that or the other that is, completely positive. And obviously, then, they say, I read something that says, oh, you shouldn't do motivation because it doesn't work. So I say it's like bathing, right? It's like bathing. For example, you cannot bathe on Monday and expect to be clean until Friday.
Of course. Yeah.
So you got to do it every day, right? So the same with motivation. It's about motivating yourself every day. So that's where realizations come in. And I realize that this and that or the other needs to transform, as opposed to resoluting that this, that, or the other needs to be done, if that makes sense.
No, definitely. And all of that comes with realization.
All of it only comes with realization.
And of course, with acceptance and acknowledgement. You've got to accept that, look, what I'm doing is wrong. What I have done is wrong.
Yeah.
Who I've associated with is not good for me. Is not healthy. And acknowledge that is, that's wrong. And now I've got to shut it off. Am I correct?
So you got to be honest with yourself, right? Because coming to realizations means that I acknowledge that I have been less than perfect. I acknowledge that I have been doing this or that or the other that was not right. And that's where the realizations come in. So it's having the courage to be able to acknowledge your faults. And many of us, with that dreaded 3-letter word, the ego, we don't want to acknowledge faults.
I think we should stop massaging our egos and get to reality.
Get to the real.
You're listening to Medical Files. This is an interactive program. You can forward to us your questions if you have any for our life coach, Razia Mohammed, via WhatsApp on 060-904-1056. That's 060-904-1056. We are discussing on how to bring in the new year with sound mental and emotional health and wellness. Now, Razia, we've got to decide now, or rather, we've got to come to a realization of what we leave behind in 25, insofar as our mental and emotional health and wellness is concerned. What's your advice, your suggestions?
On what we need to leave behind.
What we need to leave behind.
So we need to be, leave behind survival mode. So when I say survival mode, I mean that, everything that we're doing in fast forward, that's survival mode. So when we are the product of our past, right?
Mhm.
We're the product of our childhood. And in our childhood, we were told, go faster, do it quicker, do it better, do it faster. So we need to step back and say we're out of survival mode. Number two is we need to establish our healthy boundaries.
Mhm.
So, the big word for 2025 was the healthy boundaries.
Mhm.
So, we need to establish that we are now going into an era where we're learning how to say no,
Oh, yes.
right?
Yes.
Because you need to have the courage to learn how to say no, but not in an aggressive manner. You need to learn how to say it in an assertive manner. Because the best behavior to have is assertive behavior,
Not aggressive.
not aggressive
Mhm.
and not submissive either. Because when
Okay.
you're submissive, you don't know how to say no.
Yes,
When
definitely.
you're aggressive, you say no with force. And then it brings about, as we were talking earlier, about the pressure and the stress, etc., etc. So it's about learning how to say no without being offensive.
Yes,
And that
yes.
is healthy boundaries.
But no, to do that, you
Yeah.
need to psych yourself up.
Yes.
Because many of us can't say no.
100%.
And if we say no, then we're going to be regretting for the rest of the day. Why did I say no? Did I cause offense? Did I hurt her? Or did I hurt him? I shouldn't have done that. I mean, you must have come across people in your practice that come with that problem. You can't say
Yes.
no. Would you call them people pleasers?
We absolutely call them people pleasers.
Mhm.
And I would say the solution for that is basically having the courage to be okay with not being liked. Because when we don't know how to say no,
Yeah.
what is that all about? We don't want to be not liked, right?
Yes.
So when you have the courage to be okay with not being liked,
Mhm.
then you know you're on your road to success of assertive behavior. Makes sense?
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely, it makes sense. I think, Asif, we're going to take a short break. We'll continue after this. We take a break for the Isha Azan. Okay, perfect. We'll continue after this, inshallah.
Right now, over 150 million children around the world are orphaned, facing hunger, hardship, and uncertainty. With Islamic Relief's Orphan Sponsorship Program, you can provide a child with access to education, nutritious food, essential healthcare, and a safe home. Your sponsorship is not just support, it's hope to future. Be the reason an orphan child smiles again. Sponsor an orphan today with Islamic Relief.
This Adhan is sponsored for the Isale Sawab of Marhum Muhammad Farooq Latib and all Marhumin. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant them the highest abode in Jannah. Ameen.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
اللهم رب هذه الدعوة التامة والصلاة القائمة آت محمدا الوسيلة والفضيلة والدرجة الرفيعة وابعثه مقاما محمودا الذي وعدته وارزقنا شفاعته يوم القيامة إنك لا تخلف الميعاد.
This dua brought to you by Simplex Radio, South Africa's leading retailer of appliances, car sound and home theater systems.
Having a clean, comfortable home is every homeowner's pride. That's why Khan's Chemicals have developed and manufactured prime yet affordable quality household brands. Starlight, Miracle Mom, Exterminate, and Angie to care for your home and family. With a wide range of fabric softeners, dishwashing liquids, bleachers, and all-purpose cleaners, pine gels, bubble baths, and much 011 933 4021. Khan's Chemicals, cleaning your home the way you want.
Get ready to elevate your fitness game at First Fitness in Durban's Berea. With a spacious free weight area, award-winning equipment, and exclusive ladies-only parking and training level, we've got everything you need to crush your goals. Hit the ground running on our outdoor track or unleash your inner warrior in our MMA and boxing dungeon. Plus, enjoy high security and ample parking. And don't forget to refuel at our halal coffee and health restaurant for the best in coffees, smoothies, and healthy eats. Join us today and redefine your fitness journey. First Fitness, dare to be extraordinary.
Welcome to Simplex Radio. Visit our showroom for the full range of car audio. Our TV department carries top brands with quality LED panels, full HD to Ultra HD, and now the experience of Super Ultra HD. Visit our theater rooms and transform your home with brands like Onkyo, Integra, Denon, Boston Acoustics, Yamaha, and more for quality audio visual experience. Now available, full range of home appliances. A one-stop shopping experience. Call 031 306 4029 or Kenilworth Park, 202 Brickfield Road, Overport. Simplex Radio, the name you can trust.
Station for Conversation, Radio Al Ansar.
Welcome to Medical Files, brought to you by the Islamic Medical Association of South Africa and hosted by myself, Faisal M.J. Suleiman. Our topic for discussion is how to bring in the new year with sound mental and emotional health and wellness. And our special guest this evening is Sister Razia Muhammad, a life coach. Razia, we have been discussing mental, emotional, health, wellness, what to leave behind, and how to develop solid, healthy boundaries, etc. Now, how does one go forward progressively for 2026?
So the first thing that I would say is we have to take counsel from the greatest man on earth, right? Our Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, where we say we always look at people below us as opposed to people that we presume is in front of us or ahead of us or above us. So in that sense of the word is basically do your best as opposed to trying to be like the Joneses, which doesn't even exist. Because remember, the Joneses have the Joneses that they aspire to.
Yes.
So the proverbial Joneses do not really exist at all. So it's about trying to be your best as opposed to always trying to fit into a scenario that may not fit you, right? That's number one. Number two is about being progressive in your behavior. So your only competition needs to be the person that you were yesterday.
So your competition is yourself.
Your competition is the person that you were yesterday.
Yes.
So you need to basically beat that person and make sure that you doing better and you being better than you were yesterday. Because remember, The only constant is change, right?
Okay.
That's the only thing that is constantly happening is change. I cannot change you. You cannot change me.
Mhm.
But I can change who I was today
Yes.
for
Yes.
tomorrow. And that is what can bring about change in my life.
Now, again, that is provided you accept and acknowledge who you are.
Absolutely. It's all about realization. There's
Mhm.
that word again.
Mhm.
That's the word for 2025, by the way.
Realization. Yes,
So
yes,
it's all
yes, yes.
about realization, and then it's all about acknowledgement at the end of the day, right?
Mhm, mhm.
So it's about acknowledging that I am who I am.
Yes.
I can change, and these are the steps that I can go through. There's no hard and fast rule. There's no recipe for everyone, because remember, you are different. I'm different. The way I would look at a cup and the way that you would look at the cup will be
Yes.
two different things,
Yes.
because we're coming from different belief systems,
Mhm.
different upbringing, different experiences. So just to be better than the person that you were yesterday is what is the recipe for success.
I love that. I really love that. Just introspect on what you were yesterday, improve on it, and you'll get where you want to go.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
And then, as we know again from our Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, is that every action is judged by intention,
Mhm.
right? So every action is judged by intention. Your intention is what you are setting the outcome to be.
Okay.
If your intention is to be noticed, if your intention is health, wealth, happiness, the negatives, jealousy, all of those, that is the outcome that you're going to get.
Mhm.
So every action is based on
Intention.
intent. So let your intent be the outcome that you would want it to be. So if the modern rule of it is that manifestation.
Mhm.
You see it all over social media, manifestation, law of attraction, all of those things. That is 1400 years ago from our Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, is that every action is your intention. Every outcome is as you want it to be, and that's manifestation and the law of attraction.
Absolutely. So you need to be very clear as to what you want. You need to be very clear what you want to achieve. And of course, you need to know what's going to be that outcome.
Absolutely.
And once you know that, then whatever you do, you're doing it with that particular intention, and it will be based towards that. And hopefully you will achieve what you want to achieve. 060-904-1056. You have any questions for Sister Razia Mohammed, our life coach, please forward them to us via WhatsApp. We have received one WhatsApp message from a brother Junaid. He says, Assalamu alaikum, wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Love the show. But of course, I think the other message is a bit mixed up. So, brother Junaid, I'm not going to read those messages out. But thank you for having communicated with us. 060-904-1056. Now, Razia, you did mention a bit about what Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam taught us. Are there any other tips on Sunnah for Nabi you want to share with us?
There are so many tips that we can take counsel from our Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, right? So it's very much about looking at the person below you. It's very much about the manifestation. It's very much about learning life through play. Because remember, our Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam had multiple wives as well. But the way that he did it in those days is making sure that everything is done through play. So it's about basically realizing that, you know what, don't take life too seriously, because you don't get out alive anyway. So it's about learning how to take everything moment by moment. I always like to say, live life in moments.
Okay, I thought you said live for the present. That's really, but I like live it in moments.
Live it in moments. Like, for example, we had a bit of a mess up of getting into the place and the timing of the show, etc. Now, life works like that.
Yep.
It works in increments, it works in moments, it works in tests. And then we need to decide, is this going to decipher what's my mood going to be for the rest of the night? Or am I going to take it that there's khair in maybe starting a little bit later?
Yes, definitely.
Or there was khair in maybe however the outcomes may have been, etc., etc. So it's about, at the sound of sounding idealistic, but it's about looking for the silver linings.
No, I never thought of it that way. That is something that I always advocate. That's something I always advocate, right? But I never looked at it that way. And I'm glad you brought it back to me. You made me realize right now that it's the will of the Almighty that it happened what happened, and there's something good in it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I always believe that any thing that is delayed, anything that when you have a delay or when you are supposed to do something at a certain point in time and it's delayed, there's khair in it. Because Allah's saving you from something. Allah's maybe you may have an epiphany moment that you may not have had at when we were supposed to start at 8 p.m.
Yes.
So there's khair in everything, and we need to realize that, our human bodies, for example, it's everything is timed to the millisecond.
Yes.
And when we have a disconnect in our chemical imbalance, whatever it may be, that's when illness or disease sets in, right? So our Allah in His infinite wisdom times everything to the millisecond. So anything that's delayed, we need to, as Muslims, believe that there is khair in delay.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, what's the first step that listeners can take to prioritize mental wellness in 2025?
Okay, number one, definitely live life in moments.
Okay.
Number two, take life as it comes, right? Number three, set up the healthy boundaries. That's what we need to take with us. Number four, get out of survival mode.
Yeah.
And get into thriving mode.
Thriving.
So we're not surviving now, we are thriving. Because when we're looking at life the way it's supposed to be, remember, you don't look at life the way it really is. You look at life the way you are.
Yes. Okay.
Right? So that's why we say how you look at it, how I look at it, completely different. So we see things the way we are, as opposed to what it really is in reality. And that is when we'll realize how transient and how temporary this existence is. I may walk out of the studio and maybe you may never see me again. Right?
Yes.
So it's so transient and it's so temporary. So we need to take that into 2026. I believe, like I said earlier, 2025 has been a year of shedding all that does not serve us. 2026 is taking what is left and making the most of it.
Yes, again, it makes a lot of sense. I'm just trying to digest what you told me.
A lot that I've said.
No, it is that time of the year. We're all trying to wind down.
We're winding down.
Winding down.
Especially being at the Souk and
yes.
everything being light.
But, it's creating a lot of realization right now. Reactions, the way, etc. And it makes you realize, what did I do? Why did I react like that? I should have, as you say, just taking that moment, digested it, and that's it. Taking it from there.
So maybe there was reason I needed to be here today.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. Now, how do you set realistic goals for emotional growth?
Well, it's also about being like we're just taking the word realistic. It's about being real, right? So, for example, in 2026, if my physical self is a certain way, I can't be unrealistic about it and say, I want to be this person in 2025, I was a certain way. Now in 2026, I want to be completely different.
Yes.
So I cannot be taller, a different skin color, blah, blah, whatever it may be, right? I am who I am. So I need to be real about my goals. But when it comes to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he even says that when it comes to me, I am limitless. So do not be shy when you're asking from me.
Yes.
And that's something that we need to realize, is that when you are asking, ask big. Ask big and have no limits. And that is when we realize how magnanimous rather he is.
Absolutely.
Right? So that is those are like small little things that are actually big things that we need to be taking into a new year. And I think it's very much about surrender and tying your camel, but surrender and trust in the divine.
Yes, that's absolutely vital. Because, you as you've got to have faith in the Almighty. In fact, this morning or yesterday, somebody asked me, how do you handle things? And I said that I always have faith in the Almighty. I leave it to Him, but I do what I have to do.
Yes.
I tie my camels. Eventually, what He has willed is going to happen. But you don't just sit and expect things to happen. You go for it, but have your faith that whatever, He's the first port of call.
Absolutely.
You've got an issue, you turn to Him, and He'll guide you. Am I correct?
Absolutely. And it's very much about, if you ask Allah for a cake, Allah's not going to come down and give you the cake.
Yes.
He's going to give you the flour, the eggs, the sugar, all the ingredients to make the cake.
Yes.
And then it's about what you do with it. So, for example, I would do a cheesecake. Somebody else would do a chocolate cake. Someone else would do a plain cake. Whatever cake it may be. All of these wonderful different cakes that we do get. But it's all about life being 20% what Allah ordains, 80% what you do with it.
What you do with it, yeah. Now, what are some simple daily habits that boost mental health?
So it's very much about moving your body. I think exercise is of utmost importance. People don't have to break up a sweat in the gym every day. It's about walking. It's very much about somatics, somatic exercises, that new buzzword. I would say your somatic starts with your salah, right? So that's your somatics. At the end of the day, you need to be doing 5 times a day. Automatically, I mean, scientists are now discovering that the way we do our salah, our sajda position, the way we do our ruku, all of those things is actually somatic exercises, would you believe?
Okay.
Right? So it's how you do your exercises, how you move, how you mentally balance yourself. So, for example, what toxicity am I taking into my system, or what am I leaving? That is so very important. So it's about training mind, body, and soul. It's very much about putting into practice whatever it is that you're learning. Very much social media, real versus real. We always talk about that.
Yes, definitely.
What am I ingesting from social media? Because remember, your phone can be your friend, or you can be very much be toxic for you.
Absolutely.
Who am I following? What am I following? What am I ingesting every day? Very, very important. You are the sum of the first 5 people that you interact with on a regular basis.
Okay.
So who am I with every day? What am I ingesting? What are they teaching me? What habits am I forming? what habits am I unlearning?
Yes, absolutely. Okay, Raja, we need to take the 9 o'clock news. So Eric Kamoni is waiting for us. We'll take the news break and we'll continue after this, inshallah.
Absolutely.
Radio Al Ansar, Durban 90.4 FM, Pietermaritzburg 105.6 FM.
An informative Islamic global perspective. This is Al Ansar News.
Making news this are the 30th of December. The news from Durban 90.4 FM, Pietermaritzburg 105.6 FM. Municipality is stretched to breaking point after violent thunderstorm. America Monina. Local media says that a violent thunderstorm that ripped through Emadlangeni in northern KwaZulu-Natal last Friday has left widespread devastation, flattening homes, displacing hundreds of residents, and stretching the municipality. The Emadlangeni Local Municipality Disaster Unit says the extent of damage is still being uncovered and that it will take until at least next Friday to complete a comprehensive assessment of affected areas. Preliminary report on the damage by Amajuba District Municipality revealed that for Emadlangeni alone, about 135 million rands will be required to fix the damage at faults and gravel roads, while 5.2 million rands will be needed for electricity restoration. The storm charged through communities, flattening an estimated 50 homes and leaving families shocked and displaced in its wake. Weather experts have warned that persistent wet conditions and above normal rainfall are likely to continue into early 2026. More news now. Local media says Vusi Musicat Matlana has been relocated to the super maximum facility at the Bongweni Correctional Center in Kokstad, KwaZulu-Natal. Authorities say the move comes as part of the heightened security measures following concerns over the safety and management of high-risk inmates. No further details have been released about the circumstances leading to Matlala's transfer to KwaZulu-Natal, but officials say the facility is equipped to handle dangerous and high-profile prisoners. More news now. Police in Garden Route District in the Western Cape have confirmed establishing a team to lead the investigation into the conduct of the deputy mayor of the B2 municipality in Plettenberg Bay. Noguzola Kolwapi was captured discharging a gun allegedly in celebration of her son's initiation ceremony in a video circulating on social media. Now, she has since insisted in a statement that the object was a toy or replica firearm. Kolwapi says the incident is a symbolic act linked to South Africa's gender-based violence crisis, arguing that women should not be portrayed solely as victims. After backlash from the public and political parties for being reckless, she issued a statement claiming it was a toy gun. Yet another video on a different angle of the incident then surfaced, allegedly showed her handing the weapon to a bodyguard afterwards. The Beti municipality has since confirmed that the bodyguard is from law enforcement department. Meanwhile, Beti municipality spokesperson Andile Namtu says that since the council is still in recess, they cannot comment about their own investigations into the matter. And finally, international story. International media says that the death of Bangladesh's former Prime Minister Khalida Zia has prompted an outpouring of condolences around the world, with leaders highlighting her service to the nation as its first female president. Khalida died in a hospital in Dhaka today after a prolonged illness. She was 79 years of age. The Bangladesh interim leader, Mohammed Yunus, expressed profound sorrow at the three-time prime minister's death. He described her as a symbol of the democratic movement and said her struggle to establish democracy, a multi-party political culture, and the rights of the people in Bangladesh will be remembered forever. Khalida's longtime political rival, Sheikh Hasina, who remains in exile in India following her overthrow last year, also offered condolences. Hasina says, as the first woman prime minister of Bangladesh for a role in the struggle to establish democracy, Khalida's contributions to the nation were significant and will be remembered. In your weather, it's 26 degrees. A quick reminder of our top story. The violent thunderstorm that ripped through Emadlangeni, North KwaZulu-Natal last Friday has left widespread devastation, and it has stretched the municipality's disaster response capacity to breaking point. That's the news.
The Durban Summer Souk is back.
From the 24th of December to the 4th of January at the Durban Exhibition Centre. Open from midday to midnight, shop till you drop with over 370 stalls of local and international goods. Experience the biggest food court in KZN with 70 mouth-watering stalls. That's not all. Enjoy comedy shows, carnival rides and activities for the kids and daily chances to win amazing prizes, even a car. Create unforgettable memories at the Durban Summer Souk. Bring the whole family. There's something for everyone. Durban Summer Souk, the Pearl Edition. Celebrating 30 years with you.
This segment is brought to you by Kenfield Auto, your RMI approved service and repair specialist. 236 Brickfield Road, Overport. Kenfield Auto.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. ربنا إننا نخاف أن يفرط علينا أو أن يطغى.
Car won't start?
Kenfield Auto.
Noisy brakes?
Kenfield Auto.
Due for a service?
Kenfield Auto. Kenfield Auto. The answer to all your car problems. Your service and repair specialist for your VW, Audi, Suzuki, Toyota, or just about any vehicle. Kenfield Auto, your RMI and insurance approved workshop to handle them all. 236 Brickfield Road, Overport. Call us on 031 207 2399. Kenfield Auto.
One child, one dream.
A journey with Africa Muslims Agency that began 3 years ago has changed the lives of Syrian and Palestinian refugee children beyond their dreams. Help them to continue their education by sponsoring a student at the Amman School of Excellence in Lebanon for 25,200 Rand per year. Education at Amman can provide a brighter future for refugee families.
AMA, empowering, educating, inspiring.
Step into a world of flavor where ordinary becomes extraordinary. At Halton's, every shelf is a little bit magical, from warm, freshly baked treats to imported confectionery that tastes like it traveled across galaxies just to meet you. Discover our daily food menu, home industry gems, and your favorite household brands, all with a global touch. Find us at 358 Brickfield Road, open till 9 p.m. daily, or call 031 207 6108. Halton's, where every bite feels enchanted.
Radio Al Ansar, Durban, South Africa. The views and opinions expressed by the guests and presenters of Radio Al Ansar are not necessarily the views and opinions of Radio Al Ansar and the Al Ansar Foundation.
Welcome back to Medical Files, brought to you by the Islamic Medical Association of South Africa and hosted by myself, Faisal MJ Suleiman. This is a live broadcast from the Durban Exhibition Centre, where we're hosting the Durban Summer Souk. And of course, if you're not here, make your way here right now. It's all happening. We welcome our listeners on Radio Al Ansar, CII Radio, Voice of the Cape, Radio 786, Sirius FM, Radio Islam and IFM Port Elizabeth, and all listening to us on audio streaming and other platforms. Our topic for discussion is how to bring in the new year with sound mental and emotional health and wellness. And our special guest this evening is Sister Razia Mohammed, a life coach. I mean, there's so many titles here. So, I mean, I think life coach, transformational life coach, negative emotional therapy consultant, NLP practitioner, motivational speaker. I think I'm losing my breath now with all the titles. But I think that's sufficient to introduce our guest. Now, Razia, tell me, how can listeners make self-care a non-negotiable part of their routine?
Okay, so that notion of self-care is very much misconstrued, right? Because in the past, we were taught that self-care is selfish. But at the end of the day, there's a very distinct difference between self-love and selfish. Self-love means I love myself enough to be able to share that love with others. Selfish is about arrogance, pride, me, right? So what happens is that what we do is we think that self-care is selfish. But at the end of the day, you cannot pour from that empty cup.
Yes.
So you can't pour from that empty cup. So you need to realize that self-care needs to be number one priority, because you cannot possibly be looking after other people if you don't know how to look after yourself. Does that make sense?
Now, self-care is both physical self-care, taking care of your physical self, and emotional and mental self-care as well.
Absolutely.
So you're supposed to take care of all facets of your life, all aspects of your life, and work on developing all of those aspects as well.
Absolutely.
And there's nothing wrong in taking care of yourself, because that's not being selfish. You're taking care of yourself because you know your body's an amana, your thoughts are an amana, etc. And you want to make sure that you protect them, take care of them, and keep them in the best shape.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. And I never looked at it as a distinction between self-care and selfish, but that's now something different completely. So we're interested in taking care of ourselves, and that's what we're going to do, inshallah.
And a lot of the times what happens is, when you are an eternal people pleaser, what happens is, when you are embarking on the self-care journey, you start feeling guilty.
Yes, you do.
Because you think to yourself, why I'm not supposed to be worrying about myself. I'm supposed to be taking care of everyone else. And when you embark on the self-love and self-care journey, you realize that if you are pouring from that full cup, you're going to be giving off quality as opposed to quantity.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, you know, all of this leads to stress. We're worried about the new year. We're stressing. I mean, what does the new year have in store for us? Now, I just want to remind our listeners that yes, we as Muslims, you know, subscribe to the Islamic New Year, that's in Muharram, etc. But we're living in a society where our lives are sort of they're sort of taken care of, and they revolve around the Gregorian New Year. And that's why we are discussing this particular concept. So it's not that we sort of subscribe to this, but this is what regulates our lives, unfortunately, in this country. So you know, having said that, you know, I told you it is a very stressful period for everybody, and there's lots of stress that's caused in this period as well, because you know it's the holiday period. You have your financial, you know, difficulties. You have your family. You know, you have your loneliness that you suffer from. Etc. There's several other, you know, that's a different discussion. But what I said, all of this leads to stress. Now, what are some effective ways to cope with stress as we head into the new year?
So I think maybe 60% of my clients is all about stress management, right? So, you know, we live in a society where the minute, tiniest things can bring about magnitude of stress, right? Because we are creatures of habit, number one. And number two, we are people that need everything to go our way. And when we let go, and when we surrender, and when we realize that absolutely nothing is in our power, we have zero power at all. We have zero, that big word, control. We have zero control. Then we will realize that it's all in the hands of the divine. And that alone, where we say, Ya Allah, you know. Ya Allah, I don't know. That is humble. confidence,
Mhm.
no control. Mindful with a 1
Mhm.
is Zen, let Allah take over.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
if that's a simple explanation.
Yeah, no, definitely, definitely. Now, how do you build emotional resilience for life's ups and downs? I mean, life is not perfect.
Yes.
I always say it has its ups and its downs. So, how can you build up emotional resilience?
So the more that this interview is going on, the more I'm realizing that we were just tested earlier on, and I think both of us passed.
Okay.
And Brother Asif as well.
Yes, of course.
Because he's sitting there so calmly.
No, Asif is always very calm, always
very
smiling.
calmly, because we could have been like really throwing the toys out of the cart. The interview could have gone very differently.
And we would have been upset.
Would have been upset. Would have maybe been upset with the previous interviewer and interviewee. Those kind of things. But no, we're not doing bad.
Let's carry on. We laugh, we're smiling, we're happy.
Right?
Mhm.
So yeah, that's the answer to the question then.
Okay. Okay. There must be a key mindset shift that can improve mental wellness.
A key mindset shift is realizing, well, as we say, there is no such thing as control, right? Key mindset shift, people pleasing gets you nowhere, right? So letting go of people pleasing doesn't mean that I'm going to become aggressive and I'm going to start telling people off and I'm going to become really rude and uncouth. It's about just being assertive and learning how to say no. That be key mindset shift. And it's very much about taking care of your body, your mind, and your soul. How you take care of your body is exercise, eating well, nutrition, physical movement, etc. How you take care of your mental and emotional health and wellness, we've discussed. Getting the right coaches, getting the right mental professionals, the right mentors, for example, right? Soul growth, Allah connection.
I love that, really. Now, you spoke about getting the right professionals, etc. When should someone seek professional help for emotional struggles, and at what stage?
I think that there isn't a time where you should not have a mentor. So it need not be you paying for a coach, or you can have your online mentors. Like I have a few of them, like Brother Bilal Assad, Noman Ali Khan. There's so many that I can speak about, right? More like books such as The Alchemist, such as there's so many that we can speak about. My favorite currently is Mel Robbins, called Let Them. So let them theory. So when you say let them talk about you. Let them stress.
Let them do what they want.
Let them. Yeah.
It doesn't affect me.
It doesn't affect me. Because at the end of the day, remember, people are just going to react according to their level of perception. People will meet you as deeply as they have met themselves. People will meet you as deeply as they've met themselves. I know that's a bit heavy for tonight.
It is heavy, but I'm digesting what you're saying. I'm comprehending it as well.
So why would you stress about somebody when they're just meeting you as deeply as what their perception is? At the end of the day, you do you and let them do them.
Absolutely. Sister Rasha, it's been wonderful talking to you, and thank you for having shared all those thoughts with us. It's nice to get some therapy in the process too. Wonderful feeling. As I want to thank you, I'm sure you have a message for our listeners.
And now you see the importance of therapy.
Yes, definitely. Well, I'm smiling. So Asif's also smiling in the process. Yeah. So I'm sure you have a message for our listeners.
So one thing I would like to say is that we are a day away from the new year, and as you say, we follow the Gregorian calendar, etc., etc. So live your life, taking care of the realizations as opposed to the resolutions. Do not take yourself or life seriously, because it can end at any given moment, right? And laugh more, be more happy. You know, Allah's given you whomever He's given you that surrounds you. We are not an island.
Yes,
we don't
very
live on
important.
an island. We live with people that we are meant to live with, right? And people will come into your space as and when you need them. Like, for example, me coming into your space and you coming into my space today was divinely ordained.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
So look at everything as a gift. And, you know, as we said earlier, live life in the now, live life in moments. You only have the present, right? The past is memory. You cannot change it. It's memory. It's gone. It doesn't come back. The future is imagination. And worrying about the future is going to bring anxiety. Right?
Yes.
But what you do have is the now, the gift, the present. Make the most of it.
Thank you. It was a wonderful message, undoubtedly. Once again, thank you for joining me on the program. I wish you well and enjoy the rest of the season as well. And enjoy the souk. Of course. Thank you so much. And of course, to the engineers in the various radio stations, thank you for having done a wonderful job engineering for us this evening. Time for me to bid you farewell. And yes, it's wonderful having spoken to you. For myself, Faisal MJ Sulaiman, is Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Durban Halal Meats, the butcher with a twist. Whether you're firing up the braai or stocking up for your business, we've got you covered. From premium lamb, beef and chicken to custom cuts and bulk orders, all 100% halal certified by Sanha. Enjoy our convenient buy and braai service, fast delivery and easy online ordering at durbanhalalmeats.co.za. Visit us at 84 Felix Dlamini Road, Durban Halal Meats. Quality, affordability, trust. Meat made better.
Pietermaritzburg, get excited. New stock parties, tough jeeps, and siren-ready police cars. The perfect ride for every little driver. Find it all at Bawa Superstore, 439 Victoria Road, Pietermaritzburg. Don't miss out. Everything you need is waiting for you at Bawa Superstore.
اللهم بارك لنا في رجب وشعبان وبلغنا رمضان.
Plan your dream holiday with the specialist, World of Travel, as we pride ourselves in offering you the best in Hajj and Umrah. We also offer travel packages to the Middle East, Far East, and many more exotic destinations. Call our professional travel consultants now on 031 20 8877 or view our website www.worldoftravel.co.za. Visit us at 44 Crescent Street as memorable journeys begin with World of Travel by Irshad Malik.
Welcome to Simplex Radio. Visit our showroom for the full range of car audio. Our TV department carries top brands with quality LED panels, full HD to Ultra HD, and now the experience of Super Ultra HD. Visit our theater rooms and transform your home with brands like Onkyo, Integra, Denon, Boston Acoustics, Yamaha, and more for quality audio visual experience. Now available, full range of home appliances. A one-stop shopping experience. Call 031 306 4029 or Kenilworth Park, 202 Brickville Road, Overport. Simplex Radio, the name you can trust.
My faith in you
will never fade. Master of the day of judgment, and the creator of you and me. His ever warm and lasting love is what I need through all this madness, to leave a calming in my heart. Whenever you call him, he's there. If ever you need him, he's there. Right by your side. Thank you, Allah, for giving me all I have and for all that I am. La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah. Rasulullah. The messenger of Islam showed us the way, the perfect way of life. You'll never need any other friend but the Rasul of Allah, to guide us every day. Whenever you call him, he's there. If ever you need him, he's there. Right by your side. I thank you, Allah, for giving me all I have and for all that I am. La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah. La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah. La ilaha, la ilaha, la ilaha. La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah. La ilaha illallah, محمد رسول الله لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله.
You know what really gets under my skin? When my cake or icing just doesn't come out right. It's such a bummer. But I found this incredible margarine called Wooden Spoon, and it's been a total lifesaver for my baking adventures. It makes my icing turn out just perfect every time. When I whip up something with Wooden Spoon, I feel like a master baker. Seriously, my cakes have never looked better. The secret? Wooden Spoon margarine. It's like the magic ingredient for nailing those perfect bakes. And guess what? It's even endorsed by the South African Bakers Guild Association. Just another quality product from the Willowton Group.
Durban Halal Meats, the butcher with a twist. Whether you're firing up the braai or stocking up for your business, we've got you covered. From premium lamb, beef and chicken to custom cuts and bulk orders, all 100% halal certified by Sanha. Enjoy our convenient buy and braai service, fast delivery and easy online ordering at durbanhalalmeats.co.za. Visit us at 84 Felix Dlamini Road, Durban Halal Meats. Quality, affordability, trust, meat made better.
Canute Nazila is proudly brought to you by Nona's Italian Kitchen, Strata Street Food, and the Magnum Capino Treat Store. Oh Allah, guide me and grant me well-being with those whom you have granted well-being.
اللهم اهدنا فيمن هديت وعافنا فيمن عافيت وتولنا فيمن توليت وبارك لنا فيما أعطيت وقنا شر ما قضيت فإنك تقضي ولا يقضى عليك وإنه لا يذل من واليت ولا يعز من عاديت تباركت ربنا وتعاليت.
Canute Nazila is proudly brought to you by Nona's Italian Kitchen, Strata Street Food, and the Magnum Capino Treat Store. Oh Allah, guide me and grant me well-being with those whom you have granted well-being.
Ciao amici, welcome to Nonna's Italian Kitchen. Here, you enter my Nonna Maria's warm embrace. Each dish crafted with love. Fresh herbs, homemade pizza and pasta. It's a family tradition. Come taste our pizza and pastas, made with the finest Italian tomatoes, stone ground flour, and local freshness. Mangia Mangia. Celebrate life and family around the table with a taste of Italy at Gateway Mhlanga, Flora Road, Durban, and Nelson Mandela Square, Gauteng. Vi aspetto. I'll be waiting for you.
Food, fun, and entertainment like never before. 30 years of the Durban Summer Souk, South Africa's best comedians on stage. I'm talking about Calvin H. Goldstone, Segi Morrigan, and Bashwa Tash. And did I mention the amazing food? Be treated to culinary delights from Tasneem Jadwat, Fems, Mariam Vanka, and Rizwana Sidat. And of course, an open mic comedy night, a kids talent show, live entertainment across the board. Get ready for amazing prizes, a car giveaway, travel prizes, cash, and not to forget the world-famous fun fair rides. It's going to be a blast. 24 December to the 4th of January at the Durban Exhibition Centre.
If you're looking for the best show in town, don't worry, because we've got the schedule sorted. The Dawud Entertainment Tent is the must-see destination inside the Durban Summer Souk. Laugh till you cry with hilarious stand-up comedians, or witness culinary mastery from top chefs. Perhaps enter one of our exhilarating competitions and walk away with cold hard cash. Whatever you decide, just don't miss the show, starting on the 24th of December to the 5th of January. It's Dawud, it's dynamic, it's daily, and it's delivered absolutely free. Only at the Durban Summer Souk.
एक बार मैं मदीने जाऊंगा वो दिन आएगा एक बार मैं मदीने जाऊंगा करने रोज़े दीदार करने
مدینے جاؤں گا وہ دن آئے گا ایک بار میں مدینے جاؤں گا مجھ کو یقین ہے کرم کریں گے عام نبی کے لال عام نبی کے لال ان کو تو معلوم ہے للہ میرے دل کا حال میرے دل کا حال کہتے ہیں دل کے تار کہتے ہیں دل کے تار میں مدینے جاؤں گا دل آئے گا ایک بار میں مدینے جاؤں گا وہ دن آئے گا ایک بار میں مدینے جاؤں گا غوث و خواجہ لال قلندر میرے سچے پیر میرے سچے پیر ان کی نسبت کا سرمایہ ہے میری جاگیر ہے میری جاگیر وہ کر دیں گے بیڑا پار وہ کر دیں گے بیڑا پار میں مدینے جاؤں گا دن آئے گا ایک بار میں مدینے جاؤں گا دن آئے گا ایک بار میں مدینے جاؤں گا ہے آمنہ میں میم حلیمہ میں میم ہے محراب میں ہے میم تو منبر میں میم ہے مینار میں ہے میم تو مسجد میں میم ہے ایمان میں ہے میم تو مسلم میں میم ہے میلاد میں ہے میم تو محفل میں میم ہے احرام میں ہے میم تو زمزم میں میم ہے پیغام میں ہے میم پیغمبر میں میم ہے اسلام میں ہے میم تو مذہب میں میم ہے نماز میں ہے میم تو کلمے میں میم ہے احمد میں میم ہے تو محمد میں میم ہے مکے میں میم ہے تو مدینے میں میم ہے اس میم کا غلام میم ہے وہ دن آئے گا ایک بار میں مدینے جاؤں گا وہ دن آئے گا ایک بار میں مدینے جاؤں گا دیکھا نہیں ان کا در اب تک کیا ہوگا انجام کیا ہوگا انجام میرے دل کی دھڑکن مجھ کو دیتی ہے پیغام دیتی ہے پیغام مرنے سے پہلے ایک بار مرنے سے پہلے ایک بار میں مدینے جاؤں گا دل آئے گا ایک بار میں مدینے جاؤں گا وہ دن آئے گا ایک